Hey, what's up, guys? So, over the summer, I went thrifting from where I live in Orlando all the way down to my parents', which is about an hour and a half. And then I went down to my hometown and went thrifting there. So, originally, what I wanted to do was go thrifting from where I live, just north of Orlando, over to my parents', which is on the West Coast. It's not as far as I used to live. And then go down to my hometown and then take this highway all the way down back to Orlando and hit every thrift store that I saw. Unfortunately, that didn't really work out. But I was like, you know what? I have a 3-day weekend. Why not do it? So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start here in Orlando. And I'm going to basically thrift halfway across Florida and then come back, which is going to be kind of fun. It's going to take a very long time. So today is currently Friday. So I'm going to go all the way down and then go ahead, hit up all the thrift stores. So there's a couple of Goodwills that I hit up. And then when I get to where my parents live, hit up a couple thrift stores in there, which we don't have here. And then tomorrow, Saturday, drive all the way down to my hometown, which is about an hour away from my parents. And then hit up all those thrift stores. I might even hit up a flea market that I have not been to in about 10 years. Which is going to be awesome because I found some pretty good stuff there for cheap. Now, I have no idea how it is now. For example, I found a sealed Obscure The Aftermath. Unfortunately, I don't have that anymore. I found it for PS2 sealed. Don't have that anymore. I sold it, unfortunately. I found like Pokemon stuff. I've got my first vinyl record there. It was a Culture Club vinyl record for $1. So hopefully they saw some pretty good deals. So that's gonna be my plan. Hit that up. So I'm gonna leave like super early. Hit that up and then hit up the usual spots from my hometown. The Jericho's, the Goodwill, and then take a highway all the way down and hit up all the thrift stores there, which there's a couple Jericho's, there's some mom and pop thrift stores. Basically, I'm going to have a list of thrift stores that I'm going to hit up and then go ahead and try to find some cool stuff. There's a couple Goodwills that I'm like, oh, I really want to go to that I've never been to before and that I'm planning on hitting up. So yeah, hopefully this comes out pretty cool. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's go. I got to get some gas. Then we're going to hit up the 2 Goodwills in this area and then start heading down. Alright, we're at Goodwill number 1. Alright, so I got this. It's a flipboard from 2006, which is kind of cool. I remember seeing this in like CCS. $10. And I grabbed this. Everway. Wizards of the Coast. Sealed. Interesting. Alright, leaving that Goodwill. Found some pretty decent stuff. Nothing video games or electronic, really, but I did find this Everway. It's from Wizards of the Coast. It looks like it's sealed. Unfortunately, what they did, there's a little slit, and instead of putting the price on the plastic, they put it on the actual box itself. Kind of annoying. But this is from Wizards of the Coast from 1995. I've never heard of it. It looks interesting. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do more research about it, but that's cool. And then I found that flip skateboard. I've seen that board a few times in like skate magazines, and I've seen it at skate shops before, which is kind of cool. So that was $10 just for the board. I'm gonna take the trucks off, hang the board. I did find at the same Goodwill a blind skateboard. It was like $8, and it had basically like new independent trucks, which is insane. They both had pretty decent wheels, bone red bearings, which is pretty cool. So those, the blind board, I don't know if I'm gonna hang up. It's in pretty rough shape. But the flip board, I'm 1000% gonna hang up. It'll go next to one of my other ones. Unfortunately, I do not have that Ryan Chuckler board anymore because someone made me a really amazing offer, and I sold it. So they offered me $300 for it. I was like, okay, sure. So, which I'm totally cool with. So, yeah. So I'm gonna stop at Target. I do want to get like one of those little, they make magnetic like MagSafe, like pop sockets, like $40. But I'm gonna get one of these. This way, when I'm filming, it's a little bit easier. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Then head over to the next Goodwill. All right. So Goodwill number 2 for today. I am leaving Goodwill number 2. Got some pretty good stuff. We got Don Juan. Not bad. It's a Johnny Depp movie. Cool. I saw this one of the last times I was here. But it's a sealed Richard Simmons Dance Your Pants Off. It's $1. All these are $1. Then I got, which is gonna make me rich. I'm gonna be a millionaire after. Oh god, it's so bright. After this one, Mary Poppins Masterpiece Collection for $1, still sealed with the sticker. I could easily sell this for like $20,000. I'm just kidding. No, the Disney movies are really not worth that much. Some can be. This, again, it's $1. I don't know, maybe it's worth like $5. So that's like a big misconception, is that Disney movies, like the Masterpiece and like Black Diamond, are worth like millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars. They are not. They are not. But the best one, which you guys already saw from the clip, Clarissa Explains It All for $1. This is one that I've actually like been actively looking for. And I saw it and I like freaked out. I was like, oh god, no. And I had to double check. A lot of the clamshells that they have covered in mold. The tape's covered in mold, which you can remove, but it can be a pain. So I was like, please don't let this be covered in mold. And it's not. So it looks great. It does not include the poster or the picture frame. So it looks good, no mold at all. And it is pretty clean. Pretty clean. So for $1, I mean, how can I beat that? You know, Clarissa Explains It All. $1. Super happy. But I am slightly behind schedule. So I am gonna try to hurry up, head to the next Goodwill, which is about 30 minutes away, and then just keep driving. So yeah, it's super awesome. Oh, for all those, I paid $4.24. Now, they did, when I was leaving, I saw this blue box in the glass case. I was like, oh, that's interesting. What is that? And it was a Wii. It looked pretty clean. It was $40. Like, do I need another Wii? No, it wasn't. It didn't have like the slip cover or like the white Wii box. It only had the blue inserts. It looked like everything in it. $40. I already have a Wii and it's modded and it's complete in box. Do I need another one? No. But I kind of feel like I should grab it because it's $40. It's really not a bad deal. A Wii loose sells for about $50. No. No. I don't need it. I don't need it. Alright, going to the other group. Well, alright, so I am at this Goodwill. So this is only my second time at this Goodwill. The first time I found some pretty good CDs, and I did find a Little Bear VHS tape, but they wanted like $5 for it, which at the time I was like, nah, I'm good. It's a pretty big store, so hopefully I could find some cool stuff at this one as well. So yeah, let's go check it out. I am leaving this Goodwill. This one has some pretty good prices. Like, not gonna lie. Pretty impressed. Again, it's only my second time coming to this one, but I got some decent stuff. Some of the stuff you guys saw. I got her. She is from Clifford. It's from 2001. I tried showing. I forget her name, but it's $4. 2001, kind of cool. I bought some comics. They're only $1 each, which I've seen some thrift stores they'll charge $5 or $6 for a comic. I don't know what some of these are. I know what some of them are. Not all. There's some Razor ones, which I've never heard of. I'll show those. We got this one. $1, sure. This one. We got this one. I don't know. I got them because they look cool, and I think they're 90s. I could be wrong. I don't know. I didn't really look. I looked at some of them. I was like, oh, alright, cool. I think these ones are newer, but just the art on it looks awesome. I'm not a big comic guy, but like this one, I don't know, looks kind of cool. The artwork's awesome. It seems a little old. I don't know. So we got 3 of those. Again, I know nothing about those. I saw it spawn, and I was like, alright, I gotta get this. So this is from 94, which is obviously why I picked it up. I'm not a big comic book guy. I've had some, growing up, but Spawn is always cool. I love Spawn. We got The Adventures of Superman, which is cool. It says bonus Superman poster. I didn't check to see if the poster's in here. I don't think it is. I think the poster might be gone. But it has some cool stuff. Like, I love looking at the ads, which is awesome. So that was it for the comics. VHSs, apparently they're only supposed to be 49 cents a piece. So the last time I was here, again, I saw that Little Bear one for $5, and the one worker said, yeah, it's gonna be priced that. Talking to the cashier, she said, no, if it's individually priced, it's not supposed to be. So I'm like, alright. So I got 2 CDs. These aren't for me. I know someone who's a fan of Doctor Who. So I picked up 2 Doctor Who CDs. They're the soundtracks. Cool. I know nothing about Doctor Who, so I do not know. Then got some more VHSs. I got Rocky 2. Rocky 3. Not bad, I guess. I'm not the biggest Rocky fan, and they're clean, no mold, so it's always a plus. Yeah, pretty clean. I ended up picking up Godzilla. I don't know why. It's not that great of a movie. Again, it's clean. I mean, it's a little dusty. Oh, this one might have some mold starting. I probably shouldn't have picked that one up. But the one I'm most excited for, one of my favorite Bruce Lee movies, is Fist of Fury. So I got that, 49 cents. And it's clean, no mold. No mold at all. So that's awesome. Alright, then the next thing, any Goodwill by me probably would charge like $30-$40 for. This, even in this shape, I picked up this Sony boombox. I don't see a model number. Oh, it's on the bottom. CFD 31. So, CD player, mega bass with a cassette deck. It's very dusty, very dirty. But honestly, there's a CD in it, so I'm kind of hoping that works. I think it just needs a good cleaning. Even if it doesn't work, just to have like a cool, like, I don't know, set piece. Kind of cool. It's heavy, so it's gonna be decent quality, at least. And it doesn't have like that bad electronic smell. Usually when electronics don't work, it has that really bad smell from like the capacitors and stuff like that. You can just tell that doesn't have that smell. There's no corrosion, anything. So $13, not bad. yeah, it was a good store. Not a lot of electronics, but again, that's fine. So I said it last time, but I'm definitely gonna have to come back here more often. Uh, People are super nice. They have a good selection of stuff. You guys saw. I didn't show the video games, but good selection of video games, pretty decent prices. So, all right. So I think I have one, maybe two more Go Bills along the way, and then there's a couple thrift stores in my parents' neighborhood that I'm gonna head up. So the area that I'm in, there is around here a really big flea market, and it's not too far from me. It's only about 45 minutes. So I would someday like to hit it up, because it's supposed to be like this ginormous flea market. And I keep telling myself, oh, I need to check this place out, I need to check this place out. And I never do. I won't be doing it today. Obviously, I won't be doing it today or this weekend, but I do at some point want to check this out. I'm not near it yet. It's maybe like 20 minutes away. But I do want to check it out. I did forget, there is on my way, not only is there those two Goodwills, there's that one kind of like hidden thrift store that has like that giant barn that I dug through last time. I am going to swing by there today and check that out. I want to see if they still have these Roland speakers that I saw last time. If they do, I want to see if I can hack the price down just a little bit. I think they're asking $50. These are slightly older. I don't know when. I forget the model number. I want to see if I can talk them down. I believe they had them at $50. If they still have them, I want to see if they'll take $30. I think that's pretty reasonable, because that would go really nice with something I'm trying to do. So yeah, so I'm driving, so I'm gonna keep driving. All right, so I'm leaving this Goodwill. It's a big store, a lot of stuff, but a lot of people, a lot of speakers, which was kind of cool. They had these really cool like probably like late 90s, early 2000s Sonys, which were kind of cool. And I don't need them. Then they had that RC Ecto 1, which I was like, oh, there's a certain Ecto 1 I've been looking for. I remember when I was younger, I saw it at Toys R Us, and I wanted it. It was probably early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. I remember me and my stepmom, we went to Toys R Us for some reason. I think like Christmas shopping or something. And I saw this Ecto 1, and this looked exactly like it. It was $20. I looked it up. It's from 2016, so it's not the one I was looking for. But that's fine. There was also a kid screaming the whole entire time, so that was great. Love that. But I ended up getting this Jack's Pacific, Jack's Pacific, Pac-Man, a little plug and play, $4. I couldn't see if there's any corrosion, cause there's a little screw, but I was like, you know what, for $4, why not? I'll take that. So, yeah, that's about it. So I'm gonna head over to the other Goodwill, which is I think like 15 minutes down the road. So yeah, let's get going. All right, I'm at Goodwill number 5. It's almost 2 o'clock, so I do kind of have to hurry. So I'm not gonna really film too much unless I see something really cool. This way I just kind of look. If I find something cool, I'll film it. Then I'll do like a quick recap. So let's check it out. Alright, so that Goodwill was, what's the word? Very overpriced. I kind of forgot that's how this place was. It's not a place I'm going to be stopping by too often, if I ever do this type of video again. I honestly could probably skip this one. But this is the one where I believe I found the Titanic poster and the Steve Irwin game, Crocodile Hunter game. They had some cool stuff, like those Pokemon Funkos were cool, not for $40. I did end up grabbing this Boy Meets World. So I already have all the seasons on DVD, but this is the 4th and 3rd season, 3rd and 4th season. But it's brand new, and it was $10. It's been there for like a month, so I'm like, all right, I'll buy it, I guess. But everything else was kind of pricey. That VCR, it felt really good. It was really heavy. $25. I'll pass on that one. Yeah, not too many electronics. They had no VHSs. Their box DVD sets were anywhere from $10 to $25, which is a little much. So, but I do need to kind of hurry. Again, it's a little after 2. Right? Oh, it's actually exactly 2 o'clock. So I need to hurry, try to get down there. I think I'm still about 45 minutes, an hour away. So I'd like to hit up a couple more thrift stores before they close. Hopefully I can do that. So we'll find that out. But yeah, let's go. Okay, so I'm at this thrift store. So what's cool about this is they have a giant barn. You can see right there. And then a whole building. I mean, obviously that car is in the way, so you can't really see it. Yeah, they have a lot of stuff, so they're still open. I'm actually making good time. The one main thrift store I want to go to by my parents is gonna be open till about 6 o'clock, which is good. So, yeah, I'm gonna go check this place out.
A few moments later.
Okay, that was slightly disappointing. They had like nothing. They had a bunch of DVDs. That's it. The barn I went in, just a bunch of TVs. It was way more organized than it was last time. Last time it was like a mess, so it was like fun to dig through. It was way cleaner. Even the actual store, which was really packed last time, wasn't really packed. Again, bunch of DVDs. That's it. So there was really nothing interesting to show. One VHS, Saving Private Ryan. I already have it though. So, kind of disappointing, but alright, so I am at, I believe it's called the Key Center thrift store. It's 2 seconds away from my parents. What I like about this place is a lot of VHSs, and they sometimes have games. So, they're usually pretty cheap. I bought a VCR DVD combo from here, I think for 10, 13 bucks, something like that, with a remote, and it worked great. Yeah, so I'm gonna go in, and hopefully I can find some cool stuff, some cool VHSs that I do not have. Well, not gonna lie, that was kind of disappointing. The wall that I showed you guys, that used to be all VHS. Now it's all DVD. There's a bunch of like Johnny Carson VHSs, a I Love Lucy box set VHS set, which was cool, and that was it. a lot. Their price is like crazy. Like I know some stuff like you want to make like good amount of money on. That was crazy. They still had that TV stand that I like. That's still there. I didn't see a price on it. It might have been underneath a whole bunch of stuff. Last time I was here it was $30. So I'm assuming it's the same. I mean, I'm not buying it, but yeah, that was really disappointing. I was expecting to see a wall of VHSs, and yeah, not so much. Not so much. Disappointing. Very disappointing. Everything else was just a lot of copies of Outburst. So that's cool. But alright, I'm gonna head back to my parents. I'll pick this up tomorrow when I go leave. Okay. There's frost and ice all over my car. I am not going to that flea market. It's way too cold. Alright, so it's about 8:30. I'm very tired. I ended up going to bed till, I don't know, a little after 3. So I'm a little tired. I was going to go to that flea market, but it is currently 35 degrees out, and there's frost on my car and all over the place. By the time I get down there, it's still going to be very cold. So I thought it was going to be a little bit warmer. But I am going to still go to those Goodwills, all that stuff. So I have me a Coke Zero and just a little Christmas tree cake. I know I said I wanted to lose weight, but that's gonna be the only thing I'm gonna eat until probably I get home, which is another maybe 5 hours. So let's go. So to all the people that think, Jacksonville, Tampa, St. Pete, Orlando, Miami, the big cities, beaches is what Florida looks like. Nope, Florida looks like this. A lot of just houses and trees and everything is far apart with nothing. This is essentially what Florida is. Alright, so I am here at Jericho. So I'm pretty sure I've said it before, every time I go here, this is where I used to get all my VHSs. They used to do a deal where it's 10 for $3, so I would always try to find 10. This thrift store I love. I found some Trinitrons here before, which I did not buy, but I have found some pretty good stuff, so hopefully we can keep that going. Alright, so I am leaving Jericho. I did see that TV stand, which I remember seeing someone posting about it in a CRT group that I'm in on Facebook. It wasn't for CRT, but I was like, oh, I remember seeing this. Let me look it up. It's for a like a rear projection TV. It was a Sony one, which is like I saw the color. It's like, oh wait, I know there are certain Sony ones for like CRTs, but I did find some stuff, and I'm really excited. So I paid $3 for all this. I did end up donating $5, which is fine. Oh, that's not even the right one. I don't know. I donated $5, so it ended up being like 8. So I got a couple comics. So they're from the 90s. You know, why not? This is Nicky Doyle, Wall Thing. I don't know, man. I don't know anything about comics. I got 2 of those. I love reading the ads in them. Then a couple of VHSs. I ended up getting... Oh, that fell out. Richard Simmons, Sweating to the Oldies. Because why not? Then I got another Richard Simmons. Town and Uptown. And Town and Downtown. That's a horrible name. Awful. I got this. It says it's a Gotti bio and something about like the mob. It's a blank. So hopefully that has some cool stuff. I love picking up like TLC or like old Discovery Channel documentaries. So got one of those. It was kind of cool. This is the best kept secrets in law enforcement. Wouldn't be able to tell from the case, but that's what that is. I got this Discovery Channel one. I don't know. I didn't check to see what it was. Las Vegas SWAT, so it's like a cop one. Cool. And then I got Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, the case of the Logical Eye Ranch or something. I don't know. These are always cool. So, Goodwill should be opening up in about 10 minutes, so I'm gonna head over there. Alright, so we're at Goodwill. So, Goodwill opens in about 5 minutes. But I did realize something on the way I'm going to leave, like, my hometown. I have to drive by that flea market anyways. And it did warm up. It's like 60 out, which is really nice, so I think I'm gonna stop there. I did also realize there's really only 2, maybe 3 thrift stores taking this one highway that I'm planning on taking home. So I'm gonna stop there most likely. So I'll just have to stop and get some cash. Yeah. So I mean, why not? I was expecting it to be like really cold all day, but it heated up. It got a little bit warmer, so. It looks like Goodwill is open, so I'm gonna go ahead and Alright, so I was in there for almost an hour. Just looking. There's so much stuff. Obviously, you guys only saw maybe like a minute or two worth of stuff. I did kind of show what I kind of picked up, but I'll show it off again. I did end up picking up one of these Campbell. It's like a little soup dish. 1998. I like these. We used to have stuff like this when I was a kid. So, got that. I also forget that this Goodwill stopped doing bags, plastic bags, which, I mean, I'm cool with. I ended up picking up a Connect for the 360. The only reason why is because it was $5. Like, every time I see them, or no, it was $4. Every time I see them, they're always charging, 15, 20, 30 bucks. I've even seen $50 on a Connect. So I'm like, oh, alright. Picked up one game. That's exciting. Kingdom Hearts 2.5. Remix. I don't believe I have this one. I think I have 1.5. Which is pretty cool. So I was happy to pick that up. And then the rest are VHSs. I picked up this Alice in Wonderland, which I've never seen this one. I've seen the Disney one, and like there's another one, but I've never seen that one, which is kind of cool. Picked up a book. It goes with, if you've ever read like The Lost Boy or A Child Called It, it's, I believe, the third one after that, which I did not have, and I've never read it. This is cool. I forgot this was even a movie. It's a Tony Danza movie. It is the garbage picking, field goal kicking Philadelphia phenomena. Is such a crazy, weird, title. But it is part of the magical world of Disney, so this is like a TV movie. So this isn't a DCOM. A lot of people think movies like this, Model Behavior, My Date with the President's Daughter, stuff like that are DCOMs. They're technically not, because they're not Disney Channel original movies. They're part of this. So I forgot this was a thing, so I grabbed that. I picked up, saw this, had to get it, Raw Justice. It's with Pamela Anderson. Sure, why not? I picked up Highlander bloopers, and then Highlander behind the scenes. So this is for like the TV show Highlander, which is kind of cool. Picked up Blue Streak because this movie is awesome. I do not own this on VHS. It was also at one point a Blockbuster rental, which is always fantastic. Love to see it. I'm reaching. Picked up Blue Crush. Again, a movie I did not have. What's funny is it actually has an old Goodwill sticker for $1.06. VHSs are, I guess, $2.18 now, so they don't actually put the prices on them. I didn't realize that. I was hoping there'd be $1, but it's fine. Then I picked up Gunman, which I've never heard of. It looks pretty interesting, so it's like, you know what? I'll pick it up. So that's everything I picked up at this Goodwill. I'm going to head over to one more Jericho. Then I will stop at that flea market. And then there's another Jericho. And then there's a Goodwill like 2 hours away. So I will go to all those. My car's getting full. At least my front seat is getting full. This is what it looks like currently. So you got this. This I bought a while ago. This was $20. It's a 4K receiver. $20. This is all the stuff I just picked up. And then all that is everything. You can't even see it. Everything I just picked up. Alright, so I'm leaving the second Jericho. I didn't really film too much in there. They have a deal where it's 2 DVDs for $1. So I got... It's not all DVDs. I got 16 alien UFO type DVDs. Because why not? I'm going to move those to here. Then I bought a Wii. So this was 35 bucks. Came with the manual. They had 2 of them. So came with the manual. Wii Fit. Then I was like, oh, let's see what's in here. Open it. It has a copy of Mario and Sonic Olympic Games. Hold on. Wii Sports Resort. There's a manual for Wii Play, which I'm assuming might be in there. Came with, some of these. An adapter for Motion Plus. This looked fine. It looked clean. No battery corrosion. It came with everything. Sensor bar, all that stuff. This is also a backwards compatible, obviously, because it's one of the white ones. It had the door. The other one did not have the door. So I can play GameCube games on it. Again, I do already have a Wii. No SD card. But this might have maybe, I'm hoping, just regular Wii Sports or something. Maybe something cool might be in there. I'm not too sure. But that was $35. So again, they had 2. So they had 2 of these. This one just so happened to come with 2 games. The other one didn't. Other one is also missing doors. I took the better condition one. Sorry. This is 35 bucks. So not too bad. Also, I forgot to mention at Goodwill they had those Michael Jordan posters. Reason why I didn't buy them, it just, I don't know, wasn't really like the vibe I was looking for. It was $5, not too bad. But yeah, so I'm gonna get some cash, head over to a flea market. Okay, guys, I am at this flea market. Ooh, I'm very excited. It's exactly how I remember it. A bunch of just random stuff everywhere. There are signs that say, like, cool crap, this way. If you've ever seen Game Chasers, it looks like one of the thrift store, or not thrift stores, one of the flea markets that they go to. Like, how it's just, like, messy and gotta dig. All that shit. That's what it looks like. I'm so freaking excited. Like, as I was driving, I was, like, cussing. I was like, yeah, I'm excited. Really just to dig, just to look at a bunch of, like, cool stuff. So, I'm excited. It is very busy. So, yeah, let's oh, almost said a bad word. Try not to cuss. Let's go.
Hello, how you guys doing? Nope, this one. Yep. But either way, it doesn't really matter. That's okay. Somebody signed it. It does. It really does. Either way, all the prices are only $30. Which castle is this one from? Howl Moving Cow. It's an anime cartoon. Nothing bad about the video game. Yes. Just like Kiki's delivery service. My name.
$2. Awesome. Math blaster. Brand new. Best 1 and 2. Brand new.
Be by yourself and their copies there. Oh yeah, well.
That's cool. That's kind of cool. Okay, I am leaving that flea market. I'm not even kidding, close to 2 hours here. I really didn't film that much. It was a lot of me digging. You did see me pick up that Dragon Ball Z toy, which was awesome. It's not in the best shape, but I got that. I got some other stuff too that's like amazing. Some really good stuff. I probably spent, probably like $100, but I definitely got my money's worth. So go over this way. Yeah, definitely worth it. I miss going to places like that. Like, I was digging. It's also 80 degrees out, and I'm sweating my butt off. But yeah, I got some good stuff. You might be able to see right there. I got a CRT at the flea market. It was $50. It has 2 small little cracks. He says it works. It's a little dirty. Everything looks to be in really good shape. Screen's in good shape. From the same guy, I got this Sega Genesis case. Not in perfect shape, but I think I paid like $10 for it. I got some other stuff too. I got that Dragon Ball Z toy that you saw with 2 sealed big box copies of Blaster Master. No, not Blaster Master. I don't know. Yeah, Blaster Master? No, I don't know. It's a Math Blaster. That's what it is. Math Blaster. I got 2 copies of that. Got 1 and 2. As well as 2 Tick toys, like the Tick cartoon. They're not in the best shape, but I paid $25, which isn't bad. I'll show those off in a little bit. Oh, look, a tractor. Welcome to Florida. So, I'm definitely getting stopped at Jericho. And then I'm probably just gonna go home. I got a lot of stuff I gotta do. So, I will see you when I get to Jericho. Consider that. So, spheres. Those are nice. Wait, thought I was done? I did forget there is a St. Vincent de Paul thrift store. I've only been here once, and I remember getting some decent stuff, so I'm gonna check it out. And then the other Goodwill is like 20 minutes away, so I'll go to that one too. Okay. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Definitely take that. So it's MagSafe. It's kind of cool. DVDs. Oh, have the cover. I'd buy that. Let's see. Ooh, that's rough. Okay. Cinnamon fish. $5. That would not fit in my car. It's not. I can see more better. That's pretty cool. So that works. That's- Yeah, so this TV is the whole reason why I was at that flea market booth for 30, probably closer to 45 minutes, if I'm being honest. I was talking with the owner. We were talking about like video games, and he mentioned that he was probably going to sell this. And I was like, well, how much? He's like, well, if I sell it online, I'll probably get like $200, which honestly, probably not. Because it was kind of rough. You can see that's like a crack, and it had a crack on the side, so the paint was missing. It looked really good though, like picture-wise, looked great. It was just very, very dirty. I took it apart, I cleaned it, everything works great. I didn't have a remote for it, so I bought just a universal remote, which should be with it. But I forgot to put it in there. It's currently in storage with basically everything else that I bought on this trip, because this was filmed about 2 months ago. But I did pick up some great stuff at that flea market. I got this TV. I got Math Blast. I did it again. Math Blaster. Went into it in a big box sealed. Rewatching this, I realized there's a couple of small things I wish I would have got. Like that. What was it? The Rugrats, the movie in Paris. That little toy. There's a Donald Duck game, I think, with I forget the name. I could just look, but I'm not going to. This video is already long enough. But I did get that Dragon Ball Z cell toy, which was sealed. It was slightly opened, but I can always fix that. But I'm cool with that. A couple of VHSs. I did end up getting another Clarissa Explains It All. It was just loose, but I ended up getting that. Talked to the guy. He's like, yeah, just give me $1. I was like, awesome. Then I got some game handles. I got a manual for Mario Party 1, 2, and Donkey Kong no, not Donkey Kong Country. Donkey Kong 64. As well as a Sega Genesis like storage case, which is pretty cool, which I hope to do a video on it. I'm working out a couple things to help fix that a little bit better. I'm sure you guys are tired of looking at this. My room behind me looks disgusting because I'm in the middle of packing some stuff up. And I have two, hold on, center it. I have an iMac, an eMac. Yeah, I'm in the middle of packing. So, yeah, that's gonna do it. This video is crazy long. I still have a lot of editing to do. I gotta add, like, music and stuff like that, so...